So, Dread Dawn has released, and fuck me, what a waste of time. This is an open world zombie game that's based around a student being left behind. They missed the evacuation timer, so they are unable to escape the city and get away from the horde of zombies. And this game's going to set you back about $20 on Steam, and the reason I'm saying to not buy this game, the reason this is a do not buy, is because there is so much wrong with it, and it's not an early access release. I've actually looked through the reviews to see what other people are saying about it. It's sitting at around a 40% rating. And a lot of people are saying that, like, basically they've run tests for the game and stuff, and they've just made it worse ever since. Some people are even saying, like, you had 6 months to sort out the issues the game had, and it seems as though you've made even more problems. So for £15, you go to the main menu, and the first thing it tells you is to make sure that you have some discrete GPU setting enabled so that there's a smaller chance of you dropping frames. And then you go into the settings. There are barely any to change anything at all in the game. But you do have one for number of zombies on the screen at the same time, and it's recommended to have 1,200. And then the moment you click on New Game, it tells you that you've unlocked this brand new survival mode. So I went into survival mode as my first, time playing the game, basically. And all you do is you run around, you go into buildings, you have a look for loot, and you fight zombies and survive, which is fair enough. But there's no explanation as to how to play the game, like what you need to do to survive. There's literally nothing. They chuck you in. There's not even like an intro sequence or anything like that. They throw you in, you go around, you survive. And then you have the story mode, the campaign mode, whatever you want to call it. And you jump into this one, you start off in the university, and it just basically chucks an objective, like a quest on the right side of your screen, and it tells you, go here, do this, go there, do that. And as you're progressing through, you're going to get survivors that are going to join your clan, like basically a clan. You're going to all run around together, they've got weapons, you've got weapons, you slay zombies, you go through the story, which seems fair enough. But when you start having conversations with people, the text is going to become very overwhelming on the screen. The dialogue repeats itself over and over again. Like, you could have a string of 7 sentences from an NPC, and all 7 of them, like each, are going to basically tell you there's zombies at the windows, or don't go outside, there's zombies out there. And granted, the wording is different, but the end result of that sentence means the exact same thing. So you're roaming around, you're looking for your sister, you're going to the girls' dorm, and you're looking there and talking to people. And I think it's the only person in the entire game that actually has a picture when you're having a conversation is your own character. Everybody else you speak to has a placeholder image. It's literally the placeholder silhouette. And they will have that as you are going through the conversation with them. And you're looting stuff, and most crates that you try to open require a lockpick. And in order to craft a lockpick, you need 3 nails. So you've got to go out and find them. And in the story, once you've gone to the girls' dorm, it tells you to go to the police station. You have this random person show up and say, oh, I'll deal with the soldiers, I'll get you into the police station. So this dude comes out of nowhere, and he just starts, winding up the soldiers. They all chase him, you can get past. Then when you've made it a certain distance, he'll come and join you and say, oh, that was awesome, here you go, have this weapon. He's running around with a full-blown axe, and he gives you a fucking screwdriver. But you take the screwdriver, you kill a couple of zombies, he's obviously dealing a lot more damage, the weapon's a lot more powerful. And then you basically run off together, he's your little survivor buddy, and you go looking for his cousin at the same time as your sister. But you have to prioritise him, you need to go and find his cousin first. So you go to his cousin's house and you have a look, and the cousin's not there, so you go around, you ask people, and you find out that the cousin has possibly gone to his girlfriend's or whatever. So, basically, you're progressing through this game, you're killing zombies, and this guy is so annoying that follows you around. He's constantly saying, oh, something feels off, and there's a couple of sentences that this dude says, but he says it over and over again. And I think one of them is even, oh no, there's zombies, or something, when there's nobody, no zombies, no nothing on your screen besides you and him. But you carry on roaming through. One thing I did actually like about this game is when there is a massive fire, you will sometimes have a fire hose, like what's attached to a fire truck. So I say a fire hose, a water hose that's connected to a fire truck. You would have one of those, you could put the fire out. I thought that was quite a cool mechanic in the game. It was actually entertaining, and it was fun to put the fires out. The zombies are stupid in this game. They will run to fire, and they will explode. Because, like, running to fire, the fire is going to crackle and stuff, it's going to make noise, it's going to attract zombies, it's bright and everything, that's fair enough. But when they run into fire, they just randomly, like, sort of pop, and you just see limbs flying everywhere and stuff, and it's really off-putting at the same time as being stupid. But then you make some more progress, and as you're carrying on through this story, like, the furthest I got before I was like, nah, I need to request a refund for this. You're basically running through this street, you've got like military guys either side of you, and they're shooting their assault rifles or whatever, they're taking down hordes of zombies. But at the same time you have airstrikes coming in, you've got mines on the floor, which you step over, they don't go off, the zombies they do go off, and the airstrikes come in, they can knock you over, but they don't really deal a lot of damage, unless they set fire to the ground and you step in the fire. Because after an airstrike I was fine, then just running along this sort of path, absolutely, like, there were barely any zombies, if any, were running towards me, around me, and another random airstrike goes off. But this time, I was already low health, the airstrike lands for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And when it does land, it sets fire to the floor and the fire kills me. So the people that are trying to save people ended up killing me. And what makes no sense is how there is a zombie outbreak in the first place, because you have a full-blown military. They've got loads of guns, they are more than capable of mowing down hordes and hordes of zombies. They've got barricades and stuff set up. When there is a zombie outbreak, you would typically have like a couple of groups of survivors, or you might have a building that's got like a full camp going on, so like the university in this game. But for some reason, out in the streets, there are hordes and hordes of zombies when there is military presence, and they have ammo, they have guns, they have the capabilities to take these zombie groups down, but for some reason there's still an outbreak going on. The military's not strong enough for whatever reason. And not only do you have all of the problems with the story and how shit it is, the dude that's surviving that comes along with you go looking for his cousin. The moment I went into the police station, had a look, realised my sister wasn't there, I've gone back to, like, leave the police station, this dude gets stuck on the door. So his pathing isn't good enough for him to leave the police station, so I had to run off on my own. And it was only when I got to a different area, like, related to the story, that he just randomly, like, teleported and he was there with me. And granted, the developers are putting out updates, like, they're small hotfixes. So for an example, weapon crates will no longer require lockpicking, but most of the other crates in the game do. They've increased the number of bullets for mission teammates, they've increased the amount of bullets that you pick up, the zombie movement speed and hit stun duration have been increased, the threat level of zombie hordes has been reduced, they've adjusted the stats of certain special monsters to make them more balanced, and the auto pickup speed has been improved. So they're putting out hotfixes, they are fixing things within the game, but these problems should never have been present in the first place. A lot of the UI and stuff in this game feels like it was a massive afterthought and it was literally just chucked in there just for the sake of having it there. As I said, every character besides yours is going to have a placeholder silhouette. They don't actually have an image when they are talking to you in conversation, and that's even like story characters too. So there is so much wrong with this game. It's a decent concept. You're playing through a story of a zombie apocalypse, you're looking for survivors, you're trying to survive because you missed your extraction, or the evacuation or whatever, that's fair enough. But it just feels as though 60-70% of this game was rushed to get it out the door, it's nowhere near ready, there are bugs and stuff in this game that they're probably not going to fix in these hotfixes, like the AI pathing is going to take way longer than 4 hours to fix. Literally the first survivor I came across in the story got himself stuck in a doorway. So yeah, it's unfortunate because the game had a lot of promise. I was really excited to get into this one, but my recommendation for Dread Dawn is do not buy. I don't think this game's even worth half the money they're charging for it. 15 quid for a full release on a game that's this janky, it's got like loads of placeholder silhouettes and stuff everywhere. The settings is barely fucking any to do anything with. If you're gonna play this game at any point, if you're interested, I would wait for at least like a 50-60% sale. I wouldn't pay anywhere near like £10 for it. It's not worth it. I mean, unless they spend the weeks, if not months, fixing it and put out a load of fixes and make it a much better experience, I just don't think it's worth anyone's time or money. But that was my opinion, and my do not buy video for Dread Dawn, and what we are going to do is leave it there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.